Today, I'm going to share my hidden funnel behind my social media strategy that allows me to sign 1K to 5K clients every month and how you can use it too. Now, I want to be honest, this video is going to be completely about organic content because I truly believe the days of relying on just one platform to grow and earn trust are completely over, right? People are on LinkedIn while they're scrolling and watching a YouTube video. So we really just need to give ourselves the best chance possible over and over again to get seen. And that's what an omni-channel presence actually allows us to do. Now, I actually got inspiration from this from a grocery store here in Florida. Now, this grocery store is Publix, and they do this one thing extremely well, and that's control their customer journey, right? So now, obviously, I think we can all agree that not every grocery store is going to have the same layout. Now, Publix, they specifically like to try to keep everything the same. Now, when you walk in, they give you three ways to enter. First, you can go left, you can go middle, or you can go right. Now, every Publix, they always have flowers right here to the right hand side. So visually, right, this is appealing. Now, they'll always also have this little section here where there's deals and specials going on, right? So you can automatically just go here and find the latest deals, right? Next, we have a food court. Now, this food court, you can go and get wraps, you can go and get hot sandwiches. Basically, what they're trying to do is push you this way. So they're opening up your senses, right? Because if they can do that, they know that you're likely going to get hungry and spend more money in the store, right? So it's genius because they're just increasing their lifetime value over time. Now, hidden off in this corner, we have the fruits and the vegetables. On this back wall, we have the meat. And then over here, we have the cheese and the milk, right? So now in the middle, obviously, we have a big bulk of where people are going to do their shopping, and they know this. Now, how does this actually tie into social media? Now, I'll show you exactly how in just a second. Now, first, again, not relying on just one platform, we have email, we have YouTube, we have Instagram, and we have Threads. Now, this Threads could be switched to LinkedIn, it could be switched to TikTok, right? It could be switched to Twitter. It really doesn't matter. Each one of these has its own different purpose. Now, email is going to be one of our superstars simply because it allows us to segment our leads, right? Now, I'll talk about that in just a second. Now, YouTube is going to be one of our superstars too because this is where a lot of the trust gets actually built, right? Now, Instagram is going to be behind the scenes content. And then again, Threads is a great place right now because there's undervalued attention, right? And there's always going to be a platform at any given time that has undervalued attention, right? A couple years ago, obviously, it was TikTok, and some could argue that there's still undervalued attention there. But right now, I just think that the way the algorithm works on Threads, it's a great place for everybody to be on. Now, the next thing that we obviously want to do here is we want people to raise their hands. Now, how do we do this? Now, this isn't new. This is lead magnets. And I suggest everybody has 3 to 4 lead magnets because what this does is it actually allows you to begin to separate where people are in your ecosystem or where they are in your funnel. Because the next thing that we want to do after this is segment them, right? And depending on obviously where they are in the funnel depends on how we communicate to them. Now, this goes right back to email marketing, which is why this is so powerful. Now, the next thing that we're going to do after we segment them is follow up. Now, what does this follow up look like? It's just more content, right? Now, yes, you could talk about paid ads and retargeting ads, right? But again, this video is strictly just organic content. So, again, there's all this, all the way down, right? It's all just content. So that's the thing. We need to get on multiple platforms because that's where people are. They're on 3 or 4 platforms, right? They're not just on YouTube, right? They're on all these different places. Now, how does this actually relate to what Publix is doing in controlling their customer journey? Well, if you look, right, we want to do the exact same thing. We want to use lead magnets to get them in the door. We want to have undervalued attention, right? So I'll put Threads right here. We want to have the meat, obviously, so this is going to be email. We want to have the dairy, which is going to be the Instagram, the behind the scenes. And then again, where we know people are going to do a bulk of their shopping, where we know we can earn their trust, is going to be YouTube, right? And again, the whole goal of this is to control the customer journey so we can actually increase the lifetime value over time. Now, I will admit, this YouTube, right? This didn't always used to be YouTube. This used to be cold email, right? This used to be cold Loom videos, right? This changes. This doesn't necessarily all have to be this specific way. However, when you set up your social media presence like this and you start segmenting your leads and you have multiple platforms, then it becomes a lot easier. So go ahead and implement this strategy. If you want to see more videos like this, just subscribe and I'll see you on the next video.